Hey, what's up guys? Dawson Weidrich here from Nerdy in Many Ways, and today I just want to take you through my Minecraft world that I created on my iPad Pro. Now this is something I've been working on for quite a bit now because, again, I thoroughly enjoy Minecraft creative mode. I mean, a lot of people will say that, survival mode is where it's at, and it's where you get the coolest experience, it's where you have to build yourself out from nothing. But again, I just really love creative mode, and so there's this little world I created, this little Gotham City. And you can tell that by the LexCorp right there in the distance and Aegis Chemicals right there as well. And in fact, I am standing on top of a bat signal, which is emanating from that GCPD down there. I mean, of course, they don't connect because that'd be just absurd to do in Minecraft. If someone knows how to do that, let me know. But I do not know personally how to do that. And so moving on from here, I'm just going to do a little flyby. Again, this is Ace Chemicals. I'm flying because these wings that I got in this mod, which add to the Batman character quite a bit. This is a little dock for a boat. And this is actually a really cool part of the map that I really enjoyed creating. And this is basically based on Arkham City from the video game of the same name from the Arkham series. And there's one building in here that's specifically modeled after that game, and that's that courthouse right there, that building split in half that you see, the Solomon Wayne Courthouse. And in the video game, that is basically Two-Face's domain. That is his base, and for that reason it is burnt in half to look like Two-Face. And so again, a lot of destroyed buildings to kind of give it that run-down city kind of feel. A little broken down library here. Right here you have a movie theater which is playing the same movies that were playing the night that the Waynes were killed. And so I thought that was a cool little nod, a little Easter egg in this part of the map. And so of course naturally I had to make Crime Alley right next to it right here, as you can see with this rose right here representing where the Waynes would have been killed in this map and in this story. And over here I want to show you a little college that I made. I'm in college right now, so sometimes I just want to make things that relate to, things that I'm doing. Of course, my college is in a big observatory like that, but I just wanted to make some kind of cool little thing with this mountain that I had. There was a classroom back there. It's Wayne Tower to the left, and I'm going to show you this football arena right here. This one also took quite a bit of time and a lot of thinking and effort. And a lot of patience, to say the least. I do really like how it turned out. The grass looks great with the texture on this mod. The arena just looks fantastic. I love how it turned out. The colors are great. I would have probably made the seats start a little further away than they did, but I really like how it worked here. The lighting worked great. The window on the top, I couldn't be more happy with. It looks really cool at night. You should see it in the night mode here on creative mode. That is Wonder Tower. That is also part of the Arkham City game, a part of what Ra's al Ghul was in charge of in that game. This is LexCorp, of course, the classic L logo. Then you have the Clock Tower here. Now the Clock Tower was featured in the Arkham Knight video game. It was basically Oracle's place of where she worked from, to communicate with Batman on his mission. So I modeled it the same way, gave it a similar entrance. Didn't model it too much on the inside just because, again, I didn't want to put too much detail into something I didn't really want to use, or I wasn't going to use that often, and so I just wanted to use it, just have it there. And right over here you have a big long bridge that took a long time, leading to a small version of Arkham Asylum. And I thought it was really simple. And again, another throwback to, or shout out to the Arkham games, which I thoroughly enjoy. They're one of the greatest game series of all time. And in this game, you see all these different characters that, because of a mod I have, they're all modeled after DC characters, or more specifically DC villains that would be in Arkham Asylum. So you saw Harley Quinn as a creeper right there, Joker. I'm not really sure what this skeleton thing is supposed to be, especially in the DC universe. Just kind of look around here to see if we can find anybody else. Probably not in the rooms. Oh, my bad. Let's try that again. And over here, yep, there we go. There's a Two-Face right there. Just throw a battering at him, see how he feels. Nah, he doesn't really care. Let's move on. Down here I actually do have a little escape area underneath this bench right here where this table is. And that kind of leads outwards towards a little sewage pipe that I'll show you in a second. It just kind of explains why all these villains can escape Arkham so easily, because there's that little exit. And this is what Diamond looks like in this texture, just so you wanted to know. So I'll go out of here, I'll go to that sewage pipe that I was talking about over here. So again, that little hole that is underneath that little diamond area eventually leads out here beyond the wall, this little sewage pipe. It was just an OCD thing of mine to do, just because I wanted to. And now let's get out of this sewage and get back to the real world. Alright. Now a lot of different skyscrapers. Again, I saw that was LexCorp right there, Wonder Tower. The building on the far right, the tall one, is the Falcone Heights Apartments, which of course is a shout out to Carmine Falcone, the famous crime boss in the DC universe, more specifically in Gotham City. And we'll go past that and we'll go to the basketball arena, which is also for that little small college that I made a model for. This black building right here with the T. So we'll glide down there again with those wings that I have the mod for. Perfect landing. And we'll go into the basketball arena here, and I love how when I use the small planks and light underneath, it gave it a spotlight look. That's what every basketball arena looks like. And so I was very happy with how that turned out. Again, just very great effects. Here is the Iceberg Lounge. Basically the Penguin's base of operations. I made it a very fancy place, you know, a place to sit down and eat. Got a stage, got an ice sculpture in the middle, and then a bar right there on the far side. And this area right here, this is basically where I started building. It's very simple, into the mountain stuff. And then I kind of expounded from there, created this whole stretch of land right here. Because all that was water. And right here, of course, is the Hall of Justice. You've all seen it in different cartoons and TV shows. So let us go inside, shall we? Oh, look at that. There's a dolphin in the fountain. Aquaman is messing around. Oh, that's bad. Alright, let's get in here. The floor turned out really nice in the Hall of Justice, although these columns here were supposed to look like the Greek and Roman style columns before I added this mod. I mean, they work okay. I'm not upset about it. Here's a big, giant Batmobile. I have a different one that I'll show you in a second, but this one's just really big. I'm not as much of a fan of this one. It looks okay, but again, I'm not as much of a fan. Here's, of course, the Justice League round table with the TV. Kind of reminds me of that episode where SpongeBob and all his friends get superpowers, and they have that weird guy come and tell them a mission. Anyway, that was kind of a throwback to that. Over here to the left is Titan Tower. I won't explore the inside of that just because, again, it's not extremely detailed on the inside. I mean, each room is themed after the character that stays there in the show. But again, not too much to explore. This is Blackgate Prison, or at least a small version of it. Have a little gate right here that leads inside. I'll just show you the inside where all the buttons and cells are. And then I'll go away from that just because not a whole lot to explore there. That is supposed to be Lex Luthor's mansion. But as the same thing with the Teen Titans Tower, I didn't really do a whole lot to the interior of that. Now this is Wayne Manor. You see the side and back of Wayne Manor. And so you know what that means? Right underneath this thing, there's got to be a little cool little hideout called the Batcave. And that was one of the funnest things about this map, was making this Batcave, because it had a lot of trial and error. And of course you turn that lever, get a little garage door opener, and boom. Use a little double gate with the sticky pistons. Now I like this Batmobile a lot because of the small cockpit and how functional it looks, because you use these glass trap door effects and have them open, and so again it creates this little cockpit feel, and so you can still look around but you still feel like you're secure in a car. Of course it opens from the top like the Batman v Superman Batmobile does. Go away, Twitter. And yeah, so that's a big map right there. Bat computer. Of course you got the bat suits right here. Starting from the right, this is the Arkham Knight bat suit. That's a Nightwing suit. Armored Batman suit from Batman v Superman. That is a Batman Beyond suit from the Arkham Knight game as well. I was actually kind of surprised with this mod. I was really happy that they threw that in there. This is a map that I made of all the area that I've created stuff in. It is quite wide, and you have to be really meticulous about it when you do it, because you have to cover the entire region that you're trying to map out. And if you're not careful, you get little specks of undocumented areas everywhere. This is my attempt at a Nightwing. Or, not a Nightwing, excuse me, a Batwing. Gosh, can't get my DC straight. This little dinosaur that's featured in a lot of the Bat caves. A little Bat cycle. Again, use those trapdoors as a cockpit, makes things so much smaller and looks more functional. This is a Bat submarine. Of course, out here leads to water. The glass doesn't open because I don't know how to do that. But these flaps do. I can swim out there, and you can see all these bats flying everywhere. I love that they added that in this mod, or in the updates to Minecraft. Nope. Go up here. Going up there, that tunnel or that elevator leads up to the Wayne Manor, but we'll leave here now. Again, that's one of my favorite parts about this map. I'll close that, because if I don't, then it's just going to be annoying. For those of you who've worked with red dust and doors like that, it can be kind of tedious as far as going in and out is concerned. And so this little village I made, I like that a lot. Over here, this is a funny story. So this is a ski resort. And a couple days before I made this, I went skiing for the first time out in Utah with my fiance and her family. And so I was just really thinking about skiing a lot because I really enjoyed it. At least the second day. The first day sucked, but the second day was really fun. And I decided to make a ski resort. And so I made all those ski lifts, the cabin and everything. So that was cool. I really liked doing that. That was a really quick build. And over here is Gotham City University, which in many DC comic iterations, Victor Stone, aka Cyborg, went here and played football. And so I really like this open football stadium feel to it. You even got an announcer's booth and commentator's booth right there. And again, it just really feels like a cool college arena. It's not quite as big as the other one or as high-tech looking, but I really like it. This is a dormitory right here where students could view the game from the window, which I thought was kind of a cool touch. And this is the campus for GCU. And not all the classes are really modeled or anything. Not a whole lot of them have anything in them at all. But on the inside, it has a little basketball arena, which, if you know, a lot of old high schools, especially in the 30s and 40s, would build these big buildings for their high schools because their gyms and basketball courts would be in the center of them. And I actually went to a high school that had an old building like that with an old basketball court in the middle. And so that's what this is modeled after to a certain extent. And so I just want to give a little, I guess, shout out to that. That's Irene Wakanda High School. They just recently tore down that building, unfortunately, just because there was a structural hazard and it was extremely old and it was its time, but I really enjoyed that building. I practiced in there a couple times, actually. It was really fun. Anyway, leaving that being among the students that are just walking around, we'll go over here to what I like to call the industrial district. You see all those different factories over here. It's not really developed yet, but right here you have Joker's Funland, as you see with the green and red smiley face sign. You have a fully functioning roller coaster right there. Not functioning Ferris wheel, because again, I do not know the science behind that. Little water slide there. And also here you have a House of Mirrors, which is featured in the Dark Knight Returns series by Frank Miller, and the movies that are associated with that. And I'll give you a link to a YouTube video that tells you how to make these, because it is really cool how you can do this. It doesn't reflect anything, of course, but it looks really cool as a mirror, and it really pulls it off. There's a couple spots right here, unfortunately. I'll have to do that later. But I will get out here. Again, they're made out of banners. And so again, I just thought that looked really cool. And again, this is the rest of the industrial district. A lot of factories. The road ends and I haven't really finished it yet. I need to get working on it. But again, I really love creative mode. And that's why I've been spending a lot of time creating this, as I have different roads. Just having something to create to call yours, again, as I mentioned before, on a larger scale than you can create on your own. And so again, I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to show you, maybe learn some things of what you can build in your Minecraft world using different mods, different downloads, different textures, and things like that. It's really cool when you can use those properly. And so next time I'll be doing something new. I'll be doing a musician review where I take you through the careers and successes of certain musicians and just some cool facts about them. So stay tuned for those videos. We'll see you next time.